Paris Saint Germain are Champions League champions. Champions League champions. Champions League, baby. Champions League, baby. No, but job's not done. We got to go for the Club World Cup. 5-0. We win our first Champions League ever and had the greatest Champions League final performance ever. Was this the greatest Champions League final ever? No. Was this the greatest individual performance by one team in the Champions League final? 100%. The best ever done before was 4-0 and now we do 5-0. And you know, it still hasn't, like second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour. Just gonna realize we have a Champions League. We beat Inter Milan 5-0. Dembele is gonna win the Ballon d'Or. Desiree Doué is gonna win the Golden Boy. Paris Saint Germain at least gonna have 12 players in the top 30, maybe 5 in the top 10. This is one of the best footballing seasons of all time. We said this before we won this UCL. If we win this UCL, this is one of the greatest footballing seasons of all time, and that's exactly what this season is. Trophée du Champion, which is the equivalent of the Super Cup or the Community Shield. Obviously, Community Shield in England is garbage and so on. This is Trophée du Champion. Coupe de France, the equivalent of the Cup, the FA Cup, the Coppa d'Italia, the Super Coppa de... No. The Coppa del Rey. The League. And now the Champions League. So a quadruple, treble, Champions League final 5-0 victory, Club World Cup coming up, UEFA Super Cup versus Spurs, Intercontinental Club versus some worldwide teams. This will, if we can do everything, if we can finish off. Because, you know what, job's not done. We got to do more, man. If we can win 5-0, we got to go and win that Club World Cup. And win 7 trophies in 2025 and become the first team ever to win 7 trophies in one calendar year, a septuple. So there's still more we can do. Let's get greedy. Let's get greedy. We're not stopping here. But honestly, just my message to, you know, Paris Saint Germain at the moment is, wow. You know, I doubted, not doubted, but I preferred other stuff. You know, this project, or so-called project. You know, sometimes PSG maybe call their project, maybe some people call their project. I never wanted to call it a project because, why? Technically, every single club is a project, if you want to say that. The word and term project has just started in the past 5 to 10 years. And basically what project means is that you remove early expectations for futuristic expectations. Oh, this guy's been shit for 2 years. It's okay as long as he does well in the 3rd year. And, you know, when they started moving that to Paris Saint Germain, I was like, no, I don't want to become an Arsenal. I don't want to become a Chelsea. So one thing that was extremely important for me was to keep the high standard. Yes, we should be extremely critiqueful of what happened in the beginning of the season. I'm not going to forget that. But I was someone that always wanted to quicken. I wanted to buy more top players instead of the youngsters, but I was fully wrong. Luis Campos, Nasser Khalifi, and Luis Enrique absolutely have perfected football to such an extent where we could potentially win 5 UCLs in the next 10 years. And that is not an outrageous statement. We just got Franco Mastuantuono. We will get Rodrigo Mora. Every single player will want to join Paris Saint Germain. Do people understand what we are? Do people understand what will happen from now on? Paris Saint Germain will dominate football like even Real Madrid didn't do before. Hopefully. Inshallah. But, I mean, yeah. So huge support to Nasser Khalifi and huge support overall to Nasser Khalifi. Has been at this club ever since 2011 and has absolutely transformed Paris Saint-Germain. At that time, they were like a mid-table relegation, sometimes higher up. You know, basically a yo-yo club in Ligue 1, depending on, you know, the period, time period and so on. He took that club and made it potentially the biggest club in the world, the most relevant club in the world, the richest club in the world, the most talked about club in the world, the best football club in the world. Luis Campos. You know, it's been ups and downs. It's been critique, it's been love. But Luis Campos, majority of the stuff he's done has been absolutely impeccable at Paris Saint-Germain. And he's obviously extended as Luis Enrique. He's extended at Paris Saint-Germain and at QSI. And then you got Luis Enrique, who absolutely transformed Paris Saint-Germain, you know, especially off the ball. You know, that was the great thing about this Champions League final. It was off the ball. It was off the ball. It's what we did off the ball. We pressed Inter Milan. They couldn't do anything. Inter Milan couldn't do anything this entire game. And we had the ball, we created chances, we had fun. Like, we just won 5-0 in a Champions League final. Let that sink in. Where's that sink? Let it in. Come in, sink. Sink. Come in. Let that sink in. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like this, and the players, man. The players, man. They pulled up with the best performance ever in a Champions League final. Are you mad? Are you mad? Most teams' best performance comes against a relegation battling side in the league or a mid-table side, not in a Champions League final. I have never seen this in my lifetime. During my lifetime, probably the biggest like dominant victory was maybe Barca 3-1 versus United. It wasn't even close to this. It wasn't even close to this domination-wise. I didn't watch that game, so I don't know about. It wasn't even close. You know, United even got back into that game. And what we have just witnessed is the greatest domination in a final. Because yes, there's been ups and downs in this season, in the UCL run. But in the Champions League final, when it mattered, we dropped one of the best footballing performances I've ever seen in my life. With the ball, off the ball, dribbling, scoring, defending, creating chances. You know what? Let me go into the team. I don't know what to say, man. It's more all the time. It's more all the time. There we go. Paris Saint Germain. Let's take a look, man. I still cannot believe we've won the Champions League, man. We've won the Champions League and we beat Inter 5-0 in the Champions League final to win it. Look at the stats. 3.23 XG. Has any ever team have that in the UCL final? Only 0.49. And Fugazi crosses, 1 big chance. 8 big chances. We had 4 big chances missed. We could have absolutely destroyed Inter even more. But you know, I would take it. At 5-0. 4 big chances missed. Accurate passes, total shots. I've never seen a dominant performance like this, especially in the UCL final. Lineup wise, wow to the Zers to the wowzers. Donnarumma, he even made a huge save right towards the end. I think we were 4-0 up at that point. Then Pacho cleared that. And Donnarumma, this Champions League campaign. Best goalkeeper in the world. Best goalkeeper in the world. Donnarumma. You deserve this, UCL. You were an absolute huge part of this Champions League, Gianluigi Donnarumma. We were questioning your potential future at Paris Saint Germain, but what did you do, Donnarumma? You answered it with the performances in the UCL this season. Gianluigi Donnarumma, you barely had to do that much this game. Some punches as well. Like, he's become so much better at controlling the air and so on. Gianluigi Donnarumma, you will be one of the players I don't talk that much about in this final, but that's because how great the other players played that you didn't have to face that many shots. But we would not be in this final without you, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Merci beaucoup. Next up is Achraf Hakimi. Gets the goal to start the party. And the pressing he was doing, the running he was doing. Achraf Hakimi. Best right back in the world. We went from the best goalkeeper in the world to the best right back in the world. And Achraf Hakimi, you are absolutely him. I said it before. Hot take. Achraf Hakimi, if he can continue, he will end as the GOAT right back and the GOAT African of all time. Achraf Hakimi should at least be in the top 7 for Ballon d'Or. He has 25 GA as a right back, including a goal in the Champions League final and a goal in the Champions League semi-final. Achraf Hakimi. Merci beaucoup. Next up is Marquinhos. And I even said this before. I didn't feel that nervous for Marquinhos going into this game. I just had a feeling Marquinhos would have one of his best performances this season, and that's exactly what he did. The only thing I didn't like was sometimes how Lautaro, was able to hold off the ball or Thuram, but it's not the biggest thing. It didn't lead to anything. Apart from that, Marquinhos was so good this game with his clearances. I didn't see that many mistakes in him or anything. Very good game for Marquinhos. Good ball playing as well. He didn't look stressed or anything. Kept the performance for the biggest game and captain of this season. We're lifting that Champions League, and Marquinhos has been here. He's been at Paris Saint Germain one less season than I've supported this club. He came in the season after, and he is, I mean, basically, you know, one of the biggest legends at this club, if not the biggest. Most appearances, most trophies, Champions League captain, Marquinhos. Next up is Pacho, and I thought Pacho would have to do a lot defensively against Thuram today, but he barely had to do anything because Inter stunk. But still, despite that, Pacho was still very good in this game and has been exceptional this season. I said it before, the best centre-back in the Champions League this season, potentially the best centre-back in the world. I mean, we should base the entire FIFA best 11 should just be PSG players if we're honest. Nuno Mendes, best left back in the world, the best left back in the world. He was a bit defensive, but still created 4 more chances in this game. Like, I get tired talking about these Paris Saint Germain players. Like, he's going from an all-timer to an all-timer to generational all-timer to an all-timer to generational all-timer. Like, it just get better and better the more we move up the squad. And Nuno Mendes, I mean, he absolutely locked up Dumfries. There were a lot of people that wanted to push Dumfries into like combined 11s and so on, but yeah, Nuno just pocketed him easily. And this UCL run, you know, Nuno Mendes is someone I've been very critiqueful. I've seen the, you know, the small mistakes. I haven't enjoyed them. I've told him you got to work on it. He's worked on it, and he's been exceptional this season. Best left back in the world. Moving on to the 3-man midfield. First thing we can say, best 3-man midfield in the world, best defense in the world, best goalkeeper in the world. Who out of these 3 is the best midfielder in the world? You know what? Shout out to Vitinha, because today I felt he was the best out of midfielders. He completely controlled the game. His ball retention in this game, even 3 key passes completed. And ever since we signed Vitinha last season in the knockout stages, this season in the knockout stages, he's been absolutely exceptional. An absolute maestro, an absolute metronome in that midfield, linking up next to João Neves, another Jogadorinos, and Fabian Ruiz. Like this midfield 3, because I don't want to talk about them separately. I want to talk about them collectively, because this is one of the best midfield 3s I've seen when it comes to the balance, the ball, the defensive attributions, everything. Like this midfield got everything. This midfield is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And, you know, that was a big thing for us, PSG, back in the day in UCL. It was a lot of Verratti carry job. And next to him, it was, you know, inconsistent performances, maybe injuries, maybe, I don't know. But now we have a midfield 3 that can dominate in a Champions League final like it's easy. And lastly but not least, the attack. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, signed in January. And look at the impact he's made. Scored a goal in the UCL final. Look at the impact Khvicha Kvaratskhelia has made in such a short span of time. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia should, once again, undoubtedly be a top 7 for the Ballon d'Or this year. You know, he's been absolutely huge in the UCL final, semi-quarters for Paris Saint Germain, Liverpool as well. Khvicha, baby. Désiré Doué. Désiré Doué, man. 2 goals, 1 assist in a Champions League final. Are you mad? Are you mad, Désiré Doué? I mean, the Golden Boy was already confirmed, but now, I mean, if you're a Doué fanboy, you're pushing for Ballon d'Or at this point, especially with the Club World Cup coming up. Désiré Doué, man. You're him. You're absolutely him. And then Ousmane Dembélé, the clear Ballon d'Or winner. I don't want to hear any competition. Sure, maybe if anything changes, Nations League or Club World Cup, I don't care about. Ousmane Dembélé, what he's done this season, you know, I haven't seen a Paris Saint Germain attacker do. Seen Ibra, seen Neymar, seen Messi, seen Cavani, seen Mbappe, Draxler, Icardi. None. The only player I can give it to is Neymar when it comes to individual ability. Yes, I mean Neymar is like second best player I've ever seen after Messi. But if we're talking what he's done for the team, the leadership that Dembele has done, you know, the fucking pressing that Dambuzo was doing this game, and he played full 90 minutes, like he absolutely cooked his legs. And then the 2 cheeky assists. That back heel for the Doué goal as well. Man, Dambuzo, you deserve the Ballon d'Or. I don't know you like personally, Dembele, but I would be mad if you don't get the Ballon d'Or. Because what you've done this season, you know, it's special. And it deserves a special trophy. And that's what the Ballon d'Or should be given out to. Nah, you know, 15 irrelevant dribbles and Fugazi La Liga nobody cares about. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is all I have to say at the moment. We'll obviously be live with the post-match podcast discussing, this game, our feelings, our thoughts. And I will be discussing this game and my thoughts about this game in the upcoming days because there's just way too much to talk about. We won our first Champions League, had an absolutely gigantic masterclass, and won 5-0. That's been it from boy PSGINT, and as usual, ale ale.